What's that verse in the Big Sean song? Like, I knew that I'd be here, so if you ask me how I feel, I'ma just tell you it's everything that I expected, bitch.
Let me tell you about me. Take it down in 1, 2, 3. I don't like my boys too sweet. I don't worry about you. I just worry about me. So you better run.
Hello guys. Sorry, I'm just pulling up all of my details for this video because I don't want to miss a single step. So this is a follow-up of my previous video that I did a few weeks ago, which was what I manifested in the year of 2021 and all the things that I received. And the most common question was like, well, girl, how did you do it? So we are going to learn how to manifest step by step. And I want to say that it is so crucial to do this, whatever lifestyle, whatever dream, whatever personal goal that you're trying to reach. It's so important that we manifest it. And I'm gonna get into why, how, and all of that because there was many years where I didn't do it and I didn't receive anything. And that's the truth. I didn't receive a single accolade. I didn't receive a single, no goal was ever met. And I do believe it was because I did not manifest correctly and I didn't do things right. So we're gonna get into that today because if you don't know how to manifest, then I guess you're not going to be able to do it. So we're going to get into it. Of course, I wanted to say I'm not a professional. This is literally just how I do things. I find that it works. So that's why I'm going to share it with you. And I do believe it's a little bit of prayer. It's a little bit of magic. It's a little bit of everything. And it's also just a positive mindset is going to get you there. So if you guys are interested in that, then make sure you guys keep on watching. I'm just like in the mood to just chat. So if you guys want to listen, I would get your notepad, put all your, crystal healing, all the things that you guys like to enjoy for these types of talks, bring them, for this video because it's going to be a long one and we're going to get into it all. So let's get into it. Also, I wanted to say that today's video is sponsored by Titan and we will get into that in a little bit. Also, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and let's just get into the video. Hey guys, so I quickly want to touch on Titan because that is today's sponsor. Let's talk about investments because that is what it's all about. So why manage your own investments if you can just have a dedicated team of Wall Street bred investment managers to manage it for you so that you can take all the guesswork out of it. So Titan is actually the first investment platform for everyday investors who want their money managed by experts. They actually offer 3 equity portfolios for you to choose from for whatever you want your investments to be about. Titan actually aims to grow your investments 15% annually. So that essentially applies that your money will double every 5 years. This is obviously not guaranteed, but it is aimed for and they usually do meet that. You will also see how your money is managed through video, audio, and written in your Titan app, which is awesome because it allows you to really see exactly what your money is going into, what it looks like, and they will give you essentially the steps as to what they did to get your money to where it is. It's honestly just a smarter way to invest your money. All you need is $100 to get started today and you guys can start investing with Titan. So use my URL. I will put it on the screen. You will get your first 3 months of investment management for 0 fees, which is amazing. That's titan.com/HaleyG. I will put it on the screen and down below for you guys to give it a try. Thank you again, Titan, for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get into the rest of the video. Okay, so I kind of want to talk about why I started manifesting in the first place. My entire life, I've been such a visual creative. I've always visualized my life in such fine detail. Like I could close my eyes growing up and even now and imagine exactly what I'm gonna look like at 30, what my life is gonna be like, what my house is gonna look like, what my animals are gonna be doing, what my kids are gonna be doing. Like I could visualize it so well. And I think it's just because I'm such a dreamer and I'm such a creative mind and I enjoy and get a thrill and a happy, I guess, feeling whenever I'm able to visualize my future. I don't know why. So it's something that is so important to me. And I do believe that manifestation comes from, or proper manifestation comes from people who genuinely have like such a deep and personal connection to their future and their present self. So I definitely wanted to put that out there. I always vacillated between wanting to live a luxurious lifestyle, but also feeling like I didn't deserve it. It was something that I struggled with so much. Like I have always, since the beginning of time, wanted nice things. Like I am that girl who was like, I want this, I want that, I want this car, this house, this life. But then when I actually like tried to get it, I felt like I didn't deserve it. So I just didn't try. And I never had like a hardworking bone in my body. Like I come from a single parent. I mean, obviously my mom is married now, but growing up, you know, a huge chunk of my life, my mom was a single parent, and she is such a hard worker. She's worked my whole life, and I just never felt like I had that work ethic. I didn't care enough, and it just, nothing was driving me. So I always struggled with, well, girl, you want this, this, and this, but you don't even want to work for it. And I just think that for years, that was my biggest hindrance. That was my biggest obstacle, was wanting so many things but not wanting to work for them. And manifestation, believe it or not, it's not like, you know, like wishing on like a genie's, like, you know, what is it called? Like a genie's bottle. Like, you're not going to be able to make a wish, sit there, hang out, chill, and then something's going to happen for you. I mean, very, very, very lucky people have that happen to them. That's like winning the lottery. But people that are blessed and highly favored are usually people who have worked for it to some degree. So for everyone who was like, oh, that's not manifestation, that's just hard work. Well, if hard work truly paid off, then everybody who works hard would have everything that they want, right? And that is not true. I believe that there are a lot of people out here, and this is no shade, this is honest. This is honest and truth. There's a lot of people who work really hard and they don't get what they want, and they don't have the life that they want. And I do believe that there are a lot of key missing components from their life. I mean, I'm not gonna blame them fully, because the circumstances could be so out of, you know, their control that they can't, you know, provide for themselves the life they want. But a good majority of us could. We can provide ourselves with the life we want and desire with a few different things. So let's get into it. Let's talk about positivity, because this is one of the biggest things when it comes to manifesting. I was always a negative person. I was the glass half empty type of girl. Everything was always negative to me. Like, even if it was positive, it was negative. Like, I just was a very negative person majority of my life. I don't know where it came from. I don't know if it was because I thought I was being a realist. So every time, you know, something good would happen, or I would think of something positive, like I would always just find a way to like make it not positive, because I would be like, oh, well, that just can't happen. And it was always like that negative mindset that like kept me in such a place of stagnant living, where I just could not progress because I was always in that place. So one thing that I changed when it came to manifesting the life I desire, and this goes for everything, the house I want, the dogs, the car, the job, the dream life in general, it had to come from a place of positivity. I needed to be positive, and I needed to just have a better mindset. And I actually discovered Gary Vee, and I've talked about him in a few of my videos. So if you are not new to my channel, then you guys already know how much I adore him. And there was a time in my life where I was in such a negative place, and it was actually while I was building my YouTube career, and it wasn't taking off at all. And I discovered him, and he changed my mindset so much. Like, he really made me feel like you are valued, but also don't look at yourself too highly. It was a great balance between not being cocky, but being confident. Like, you need to be somewhere in the middle. You need to put a lot of emphasis on the things that you want, desire, and be positive, and be like your biggest cheerleader, but also don't be somebody who isn't real with yourself. Like, you want to still be real with yourself. And I was doing neither. I was just a negative person that was having unrealistic expectations. Like, I really sat around for years and thought if I said to the universe, hey, I want to be a famous YouTuber, that it was going to happen for me. Well, that's not how it works. You have to actually work for it, which is why manifesting does have hard work involved in it. And it's all about your mindset, your positive space that you're living in, and just being on like a euphoric high where you kind of feel like there's nothing that can knock you down. You're gonna keep pedaling forward, but you also are like super genuine, humble, and real with yourself. Like, there is room for like both of those emotions, both of those types of vibes for you to get to where you need to be. So I wanted to also say, when it comes to manifesting specific things, in my opinion, is like the way to truly manifest. So let's just say, for instance, you have a dream job. You wanna like work at Google. You have like a specific position that you wanna do. Well, manifest that specific position, manifest that specific job. I want you to like fully view it in your mind, see it for yourself, visualize it, dream about it, and stick to that for a week or so. And let's just say you don't want to do it anymore. Well, then that wasn't for you. If you do and it sticks, then that is one of the things that you should be manifesting. So I find that when you manifest like very non-specific things, like I want to have a nice car, I want to have a nice house, I mean, it can happen, but when you visualize specific types of styles of things, you usually end up meeting your expectation or exceeding it, which is what I did. I mean, I visualized my life and the apartment that I would have one day when I was maybe 12 or something, and I've exceeded that expectation, because once it actually came time for me to manifest the apartment of my dreams, which was when I was probably like 21, I manifested like a specific type of apartment. I said I wanted to have high ceilings. I said I wanted to have enough space for a big couch for me and my friends. I wanted to be able to like fit like things like trees. Like, I know most people can fit a tree in their apartment, but I just wanted there to be like room and space, and like for me to feel like my apartment was a home. I was always scared of living in an apartment, and I know that sounds pretty pretentious, and I'm sorry if this offends you, but I was always so scared of living in apartments because I never lived in one growing up, so I always felt like they were like small, compact, and like not comfortable. But I now realize you share a house with your family growing up, so really the only place that you had for privacy was your bedroom, where now I have my entire apartment. But I also, like, what I'm trying to say is I manifested like a spacious apartment with high ceilings, with room for my animals, for me to, you know, feel comfortable, for me to have a second bedroom, for like a closet or an office. So manifesting specific things is really important. I would suggest to do that than anything else. Let me walk you through each step of my manifestation and kind of how I go about it from the beginning to the end. So the first thing that I do, and I'm sure you guys are gonna ask, like, how often do you manifest? It really honestly depends on what I'm going through in my life. So because I've had a recent life transformation, I have re-manifested so many things, because 6 months ago, I was manifesting, you know, marriage and kids and all of that. And because circumstances have changed, which are completely out of my control, I am re-manifesting those things, like re-manifesting things. I still have those things in my manifestations, but not the same exact way. Let's just say that. So I have re-manifested things recently for myself, and I'm already seeing a lot of them come into fruition, which is insane. So the first thing that I do is I will go on Pinterest, I will watch a show, I will drive past homes and visualize the life that I want. You want to be able to really feel like you already have these things. That is the key to manifesting. You want to feel like you have whatever it is that you're manifesting in your possession. It is already yours. You already own this thing, whether it's a house, a car, a dog, a job, an article of clothing, a mindset, a boyfriend, or whatever. You want to feel like you already have it, okay? So making a Pinterest board, driving past homes that are specific to what you want. I want you to like stare at these homes. I want you to really feel like, oh, that's my walkway and that's my driveway, and I'm gonna walk it. Obviously not gonna walk into the house, but pretend like you would walk in, and how does it feel like driving down the street? Like, what do you feel like? Like, tap into how you would feel if you were already in that position. So for all of my gals and guys who are manifesting a partner, right, like a boyfriend or a girlfriend, who are you when you are with this dream person, right? What kind of version of yourself are you when you manifest this person? Because I'll just go through the list of the things that I necessarily would want in a partner. I want somebody financially stable. I want somebody who is loving, loyal, trustworthy, hardworking, somebody who is good with children, somebody handsome, somebody fit. These are all things that I would want in a partner, right? So how am I attracting that, right? Am I in the place in my life where that man, if he walked through this door today, would want me, and I would be happy with him wanting me this way, okay? So usually the answer would be no, right? At least for me, because I am the queen of constant putting in the work and evolving. I am the ever evolving person, because I am not never satisfied, because that sounds kind of like sad and negative, but I'm just always striving for better. And I realize in life, in order to attract what you want, you have to be in the same category of what you're trying to attract. Like, you can't attract your dream job if you sleep till 4 p.m. every day, and your dream job requires you to wake up at 7 a.m. What's happening here? You cannot attract that. So really, it's about not only visualizing, like doing the Pinterest, doing the driving past the homes, doing the like watching TV shows and movies that kind of make you feel a certain way about what you want, but you also have to start tapping into the version of you that deserves those things, that can get those things. So if you want to have a dream job and you need to be a CEO, well, what are the things that you need to be a CEO? You need to be assertive. You need to be hardworking. You need to not take things too personally. Like maybe you're a really sensitive person. You cry all the time when people give you constructive criticism. Well, like let's work on that. This is all a way to manifest properly, because when you are manifesting, you're gonna put this out into the universe, right? Like we're gonna get to that later. We're gonna put all of this into the universe. We're gonna put it in with God. But after you've done that, now it's time to do the work. And the work is what I'm talking about right now, which is working on yourself to be able to attract what you desire. You need to literally attract what you are. And I know that not always is this the truth. I mean, you could be a well-rounded human being and attract horrible people, but if we're really gonna be honest here, you might attract them, but are you entertaining it, or are you? Because if you're doing this and you're doing the right thing, that means that they're attracted to you. That's not your business. But are you receiving that type of vibe? If you are, then you still need to do inner work. So I found, and I'm gonna speak from personal experiences because I rather talk about myself, and hopefully that will help you. When I wanted to be a big YouTuber, I was originally wanting to like do makeup, hair, and everything, but I wasn't even really that good at it. I didn't have all the tools. I didn't have all the things that I wanted. I wasn't like the best of the best like hair and makeup person. Oh my God, my TV has been changing this whole time and I need to turn it off. Okay, sorry. So, and then I wasn't working hard enough, so I wasn't posting frequently. I wasn't on a schedule. And I'm over here upset because my channel isn't doing the numbers that I thought it would do. Well, girl, it ain't gonna do those numbers if you're not doing what the YouTubers are doing that do have the life that you desire. They are on a posting schedule. They do actually know how to do the things that they are showing on YouTube. So I was over here doing makeup tutorials and I was practically learning as I was doing them. Like what? Like that's not real. So when I made the shift, I manifested, you know, a bigger audience, and it happened within about 3 to 4 months, literally. So I manifested things in like September, and then my channel kind of like, actually let me not say in September. I manifested a new life for myself in like January, and my channel blew up in like March, April. And when that happened, like it was ever going from there. And it was because I manifested, a lot of different things with YouTube, and then I ended up tapping into the version of myself that I wanted to be to receive that. So I wanted to be the self-care queen. Well, girl, I'm gonna have all the self-care things that I need to have in order to be the self-care queen. I'm gonna educate myself. I'm gonna become that person. I'm gonna live confidently. I can't walk around and like be like shy and stifled, because there was a time on my channel where I spoke very weird. Like I talked with very funny, like I wasn't speaking like myself. And it's like an ongoing joke on this channel that like my voice changes like every couple years, which it does because I'm weird and I change my voice. Like, I don't know why, I'm just like that. But overall, what I'm trying to say is my mannerisms were like very, just not me. So when I tapped into like the self-care queen narrative and I became that girl, it was received within like 3 months. I mean, it was so fast, and it was because I was actually attracting what I was finally. Like I finally was being the version of myself that was going to receive that was gonna receive that life. And this is so important when it comes to manifesting. So make sure that when you are manifesting something specific, like, okay, I wanna have my dream car. Well, how do you visualize yourself in this dream car? I mean, what kind of person has that dream car? I also wanna go back to when I was talking about like visualizing who you are in certain positions of your life, like buying a house, right? So if you have like a dream house, I want you to visualize like what your kitchen looks like, how you feel in your kitchen, like what does your grass feel like on your feet, what do you have a pool, like how does your pool feel? Like I want you to like really like visualize yourself in this life. It's going to just make it more real, so that when you do receive it and accept it, it's not even going to be shocking to you. A lot of the times when I manifest things and then I receive them, I almost come off ungrateful, but I'm not ungrateful. I just, you know, I expected it. Like, what's that verse in the Big Sean song? Like, I knew that I'd be here, so if you ask me how I feel, I'ma just tell you it's everything that I expected, bitch. Like, that is literally how I feel every time I receive something that I manifested. Like, I really feel that way because it's already mine. Like I already have it. All the things that I manifest, I already have. And you can ask anybody that knows me. I truly have received like almost everything I've ever manifested. And it's literally because I visualized it, I felt it was already mine, and then it was, and then it was. So align yourself with the life that you dream. Whatever this is, it could be anything. Align yourself with it. You cannot have your dream man if you're a toxic ass bitch. Like, what are you talking? The man that you want is loyal, is faithful, is amazing, is sweet, is kind, is generous, is financially stable, and you're toxic, you don't brush your hair, and you stink? Like, you can't be that girl. Like, yes, are there like people on this planet who receive all the time and you're like, why the do you have? Yes, and those are people who are a chance in a lifetime. Like, we're not even going to tap into that because yes, you're going to meet people on the occasion who constantly receive things and they never even manifested it, and it's not even in alignment with their life, and we're all confused and perplexed because we're like, how did you even get that life? Those people are like unicorns, and I don't even bother with that type of narrative because that's not my life. Like, I am not the girl who wins bingo, you know? I never was that girl. So I'm manifesting. I'm not gonna like hope, wish, and pray. Like, I mean, I am gonna pray, but I'm not gonna hope and wish. I'm going to manifest and pray for it. So that's just me. Okay, so now that we visualized the life of our dreams, let's like put it on paper, right? I want you to write it down, whether it's in your notes in your phone, whether it's on an actual piece of paper, whether it's in your journal, it could be anywhere. Let's put it down. Even a vision board is great. It's like a whiteboard or something. Write it down in specific detail. I have mine in my notes and on paper and in my computer. Like, I have them all over the place because I just want it on every single thing that I look at. It's just, it makes it more real for me. And I will write it down in detail. So I'll write something down like, I manifest that by let me not say that. I manifest that I'm going to have a Porsche Cayenne in 2023, or not even in 2023, because I don't like to manifest timelines because we're all on our own timeline, but I'll like say, I manifest that I'm gonna get a Porsche Cayenne soon. I won't say when because you never know when, and when it does happen, it will happen usually in a timely fashion, which is like 5 years or less. But I like to put stuff like that down, or I will say, I manifest that I have a podcast that does really well and gets picked up by Spotify with my friend. Or I'll say, I manifest that I get a home very soon, or I manifest that I have 2 Siberian Huskies and they're close in age. Like, things like that you want to manifest. And a lot of the times writing it in specific detail will make you like really work for it, and you want to make sure that you want these things. Like, you don't want to just manifest a bunch of nonsense just because you think it's cool. Like, you want these things to be things that you truly want. Like, you want them to be things that are so, you can't live without them. They are your life. You have these things, they're yours. Like, you already own them. Like, there's no questions about it. So after I write all these things down, after I've really like done this, and if you wonder like how often I do it, like I said, it varies. I would say, you know, write a big one in the new year, like a pretty big one, since the new year is coming up. Like, let's write a big manifestation in the new year. And then I like to do one like maybe like every 6 weeks for like little things. We want to have like our big things and our small things that happen soon, things that happen later. So if you want to manifest like a dream body, you know, well, let's manifest that in our short-term goals, because, you know, if you manifest it in your long-term goals, then you're not really going to push yourself as hard. So I would definitely suggest to manifest the things that you want to receive sooner in your short-term, you know, goal areas of life. So like for me, I'm not going to manifest a home in my short term because I know that that's not like realistic, and I'm not probably going to buy a house within, you know, the next 6 months, but I will manifest, you know, my dream body within the next 6 months, or me at least getting to that place. Maybe I'll manifest like a number on the scale, or how I will feel, or what I want to look better. So, oh, I manifest that my butt will look better in a few months or something like that. And you want to kind of separate them based off of things that you want to receive soon and things that you're willing to receive within the next 5 years. And then you'll just reassess it and reassess it. I'm telling you right now, you're going to see big things happening for you when you start aligning yourself with this life. So not only are we manifesting things, we're writing them down on paper, now we are aligning ourselves with the lifestyle that we previously just wrote down. We wrote these things down, now we're going to be those people. So I will wish these into the universe. Obviously, like, I'm not like a witchcraft person. I don't like believe in all that, but I don't know, I like to wish it into the universe, and I like to pray for it. I like to do both. I like to cover all my bases. And then in my building, I have like a fireplace, and I always heard that if you look into a fire and you manifest things into a fire, that it makes it a little bit stronger. I like how it feels. It could be a placebo effect. I like it. It's all about what you want to do. Like, it's at the end of the day, it's your own personal ritual, your own personal journey. So if you want to do it with crystals, go ahead and do it. I don't do crystals because I don't collect crystals. I like to write on a piece of paper or in my notes, read it by the fire, and I wish it into the fire, and then I just kind of go about my life. I align myself with the things that I said. I like to go over them and look at them every once in a while, because a lot of the times we will manifest a significant amount of things and we'll sometimes forget the specific things that we manifest. I know it sounds kind of wrong because, like, well, how did you even really want these things if you can't remember them? But just life gets in the way. You don't remember every little fine-tooth detail that you manifest, and it's nice to just go over it and read it again and remind yourself of what you're working hard for. Now, to conclude pretty much this part of the video, I wanted to say that you know, having self-doubt, playing the victim narrative, and not being the version of yourself that you need to be will prevent you from truly having this lifestyle. You cannot receive everything that you want and desire with a victim narrative. You can't always blame and not everybody's at fault here. I know sometimes it's easy. You know, I was blaming people for a long time for a lot of my life decisions, and not even my decisions, but the way my life turned out, I would blame others for. And I realize now that I have the power. Like, I literally have the power. And when I tapped into that, I felt so undefeated. Like, I felt like there is no way somebody could ever take this from me, because I worked so hard to get here, and I put myself in alignment with the life that I deserve, that nobody could take that away from me, because I aligned myself already with that life, that it is my life now. It's who I am. I'm not an imposter. I'm not living a life that's not real. I'm living my authentic life. I just worked to get there. And I think that when you stop playing the victim narrative, you stop blaming other people for your life, you start tapping into a more positive, clear mindset. You're allowing yourself to feel the pain of maybe things that have happened, but allowing yourself to move on and pursue the endeavors that you truly, you know, care about, you're going to start seeing things happening for you very quickly. I mean that. Like, if it doesn't happen for you, guys can come back on this video and yell at me, because I'm telling you, as somebody who is an unlucky person, somebody who didn't have, you know, I wasn't picked for anything, I didn't win anything, I wasn't the girl who, you know, had like a bunch of lucky shit happen for me, I now feel very blessed and highly favored because of the fact that I aligned myself with the life that I deserve or that I desired. Having self-doubt, I mean, we all have it, right? We all doubt ourselves on the occasion, and it's not, you know, the best mindset to have. I would suggest to be a realist, but don't be too real, you know? You'd be surprised on how many things can happen for you that feel honestly like a dream. Money plays a factor in manifestation. I think a lot of people have that misconstrued. They were commenting on the video like, oh, well, this just has to do with hard work and, you know, paying for things. You have to understand too, I manifested money. There was a time when I felt like I was working, and I wasn't making any money. It's because I didn't align myself with the life that I wanted and desired, and I wasn't doing the things that I needed to do to get the things that I wanted. So manifestation comes from a place of, you know, dreaming big, aligning yourself with the dreams, and then becoming the dreams, so that when you receive them, it's like nothing to you. Like I said, it's a magical journey. You're going to see crazy things happen to you. It's gonna feel very like out of body experience. It sometimes it's either gonna feel like that sometimes, or it's gonna feel like, oh, I expected that because you worked for it. And I'm telling you, like, being a negative pessimist, somebody who just isn't, you know, tapping into that version of yourself that you should, you're going to like screw up your dreams. You're not going to get the life that you want. And I want all of you guys to be able to have that, because there's enough room at the table for all of us to enjoy the life that we want. We all deserve to be happy. We all deserve to have what we desire. And manifestation is not specific to material things. It's not specific to mentality. It's not specific to dreams. It could be anything. You can manifest a family, a husband, you know, a home. You can manifest good health. And obviously, you know, the world will have its way with us, but while you're still breathing and alive and happy and well, put in the work, do it, and see what happens. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that my step-by-steps to manifesting has helped you guys a little bit more. If you guys have any other questions that you guys want me to answer, leave them down below in the comment section, and I will get back to you guys like immediately. Thank you guys so much for the comments on the last video and the views. It's about to be 2022, so there's no better time to manifest than, you know, right before the new year. So get your pen and paper out, start doing your visualizations, and let's start dreaming big and having magical experiences. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.
You've been lying, saying that I took away your peace.